learning types of sentences. You have already know the meaning of sentence. So what you mean by sentence? Deepika? A group of words that makes complete sense. It has its subject and predicate. It's called a sentence. But today we are going to look into types of sentences. There are 4 types of sentences. First is declarative, second is imperative, third is interrogative, and fourth is exclamative. One by one we will be looking into the sentence. So first we will watch declarative sentence. What is a declarative sentence?
What are declarative sentences? Let's read these sentences to find out. Indian gooseberries are a rich source of vitamin C. Simon has been cycling to work for a year now. These numerical problems are very challenging. The first sentence states a fact, the second sentence gives information, whereas the third sentence expresses an opinion. Such sentences are called declarative.
Okay, so I want all of you to mention declarative sentence in your notebook. Write declarative sentence. So just now you have read the sentence. Declarative sentence, first mention it quickly. You can check the spelling from your declarative sentence. So declarative sentence, it tells us something. It tells about the fact, it gives the information, or it gives away the observation, it tells some opinion. So these are the examples of declarative sentences. In short, put a hyphen and write, it tells us something. These all sentences are giving us something, it is telling us something. So, and it always ends with the punctuation mark full stop. So in your notebook you are going to write declarative sentence, then you are going to write it tells us something, and you will be putting a punctuation mark full stop. Punctuation mark which is used for declarative sentence is full stop. In all 3 sentences which punctuation mark is used, full stop and full stop. And all 3 sentences are giving us information. Either it's telling us the fact, it is giving us the opinion, sometimes it gives away the observation, and sometimes it tells us about the fact. The sun rises from the west. It's a fact. So this sentence again will be called as a declarative sentence. Copy down all 3 sentences.
Declarative sentences. Notice that declarative sentences end with a full stop. Here are some more examples. Jatayu Earth Center in Kerala has the world's largest bird sculpture. Aditi could not buy.
Okay, these are 2 more examples of declarative sentences. Jatayu Earth Center in Kerala has the world's largest bird sculpture. Again, we are getting
And the puppets from Rajasthan.
Aditi could not buy
Now,
the puppets from
both the
Rajasthan.
sentences are declarative. However, this one does not make use of any negative word. So, it is an affirmative sentence. But this sentence has the word not. Sentences that use negative words like no, not.
Okay, under the declarative sentence, you have either positive, that is affirmative sentence, or negative sentence. If the sentence gives you information but doesn't use any negative word in the sentence, that declarative sentence will be called as affirmative declarative sentence. Because that sentence is giving me information without using any negative word. And another sentence, Aditi could not buy the puppets from Rajasthan, again giving me the information, but in this sentence we have a negative word not. So if we have negative word used in a declarative sentence, that sentence will be called as negative declarative sentence. So first example is of affirmative declarative sentence and second example is of negative declarative sentence. Both sentences are giving me information. Any sentence gives me the information, ends with full stop, is called as a declarative sentence. If it is not using negative word, it's an affirmative declarative sentence. If it is using negative word, it will be called as negative declarative sentence. Do copy down both the examples.
None, no other, and never are negative sentences. Let's read some more examples. Kusum hired a locksmith to change all the locks. Dilip is interested in collecting different kinds of cameras. Monica has never seen penguins before. None of the volunteers fought over their duties and responsibilities.
Okay. Do we have any negative word used in the first sentence? Yes or no? No. And but then are we getting any information from the first sentence? Is it giving some information to us? So can we call this sentence as a declarative sentence? Is it ending with a full stop? Yes. It doesn't have any negative word. So which declarative sentence it is? Affirmative. Okay. In the second sentence, do we have any negative word? No. So again, it's an affirmative. In the third sentence, which negative word is used? Never. Which tells me it is negative declarative sentence. In fourth sentence, which is the negative word? None. None is the negative word, which tells us it's a negative sentence, but it's a negative declarative sentence.
To recap, a declarative sentence conveys facts, information, or opinions. It ends with a full stop. A declarative sentence can be affirmative or negative. Affirmative sentences do not make use of negative words, while negative sentences use negative words like no, not, none, no other, and never.
Okay. Write the second. We have already looked for the first type. Now look for the second type, that is interrogative sentence. Do note down.
What are interrogative sentences?
Do note down interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentences always ask you something. So put a hyphen and write it asks something. It will ask you question. What is your name? What is the next lecture? Where will you go today? So whenever the question is being asked, that particular sentence will be called as an interrogative sentence. Some questions can ask or demand you only the answer of yes or no. Are you feeling good today? You can say yes or no. Is weather hot and humid today? Yes. So some questions can start with the auxiliary or modal auxiliary verb, and the answer expected from you is yes or no, that your opinion is being asked. All such kind of questions are being called as interrogative sentence. We'll watch in the video.
Let's read these sentences to find out. Does Rahul mow the lawn regularly? When is the concert expected to begin? Both the sentences ask questions in order to obtain some kind of information. They also end with a question mark. Such sentences are called interrogative sentences. Now let's look at this question closely. What can be the answer to this question? It can either be yes or no. So they are called yes-no questions. They begin with an auxiliary or a modal verb. Here are some more examples. Have you ever been to a palace? Can children go parasailing? Would you like to read an autobiography?
Okay, so what will be your answer? Have you ever been to a palace? Yes. Some will say yes, some will say no. So this is yes or no type of a question. Can children go parasailing? Yes. All say yes, so all agree with it. So you all are giving me positive answer. But then these all questions are demanding to give answer, expecting you to give answer in yes or no form. They are not asking you to give the brief information about anything. Okay, so and another thing you need to remember, all these ends with the question mark. All these sentences ends with the question mark.
Now, let's look at this sentence. It begins with when a WH word and its answer cannot be given as yes or no. So it is called a WH question. Other WH words that can be used to ask questions are who, whom, what.
Okay. So when the question starts with WH, it demands you to give answer maybe in few words, maybe in a sentence, or maybe in a brief manner. So all WH questions are again called as interrogative sentence. Interrogative. The word itself tells us interrogate. What do you mean by interrogate? You might have heard this. Ask, to inquire. So whenever you inquire, you ask something, it is called as to interrogate. So whenever the questions are being framed to ask something, to inquire something, those sentences are being called as interrogative sentence. And all the interrogative sentence ends with question mark. And it begins either with auxiliary verbs or begins with WH questions.
What, why, where, which, and how. Let's see some examples. How are building blocks made? Who did not attend Jane's party? Notice that this one does not contain any negative word. So it is an affirmative interrogative.
Okay. So under the interrogative also we have affirmative and negative. The condition remains same. If the interrogative question or the does not have any negative word, it's an affirmative interrogative sentence. And if it gets the negative word in the question, then that particular question will be called as negative interrogative sentence. If question does not have any negative word, then that particular question will be called as affirmative interrogative sentence. If your question got a negative word, then that particular question will be called as negative interrogative
sentence. Here are some more examples. Was this monument built by the Mughals? Can you not remember the artist's name? Let's recap. Interrogative sentences ask questions in order to obtain some kind of information. They end with a question mark. A yes-no question begins with an auxiliary or a modal verb. And a WH question begins with a WH word. An interrogative sentence can be either affirmative or negative.
Now the third type, write in your notebook third type, imperative sentence. So imperative sentence, put hyphen and write. It asks you to do something. It can request you to do something or it can command you to do something. Go and fetch your water. Please go to madam and get the information. Then switch off the fan. Go outside, stand up, sit down. So whenever any sentence demands you to do something, those sentences will be called as imperative sentence. Okay. So in your notebook, write imperative sentence, put hyphen and write, it asks us to do something. That sentence asks us to do something. It asks us to do something. And which punctuation marks it carries? It carries full stop or exclamatory mark. Any of the punctuation mark you will be finding in imperative sentence. Let's watch the video.
What are imperative sentences? Let's read these sentences to find out. Get me a glass of water quickly. Please lend me some money for a few months. Add some sugar to the tea before serving it. Do not eat high-calorie food if you want to be healthy.
So here, all four sentences asking you to do something. Get me a glass of water. So it's an command, like you go and get me a glass of water. In all the sentences, either it is being requested you to do something or it is being commanded you to do something. Second thing you will remember, generally imperative sentence starts with the verb. It doesn't start with the subject. Subject is understood because you are in front of me. I will not say you go and get a water for me. I'll immediately say go and get a water for me. So generally imperative sentence subject is being understood. It's omitted. And sentences generally starts with the verb. So majority of the sentence here also it's a request, but the actual sentence is beginning with the verb. See, get, lend, add, do. All the sentences are beginning with verb and it get the punctuation mark full stop. Majorly you will be finding full stop, but in some sentences you will be finding exclamatory mark also.
These are imperative sentences. An imperative sentence may be a command, request, simple instruction, or an advice. Let's look at some more examples. Stand at ease, everyone. Please give me your class notes for a day. Put the cake in the oven for 2 minutes. Don't drive too fast on the highway.
Okay. In all four sentences, one thing is common, it is asking you to follow something. Stand at ease, asking you to take position, but it is a command, it's not a request. In second, give me your class notes. So again, it's a request that you give me notes. In third, like they are asking you to give the notes. In third, they are asking you to follow a instruction. In all these sentences, something is being asked you to follow or to do it. Don't drive too fast on the highway. Why the people give advice? Definitely to follow. They are expecting you to follow this advice. So all the imperative sentence ask you to do something, to follow something. Again, under the imperative you have the affirmative and negative. The condition remains same. It doesn't have the negative word. It's affirmative imperative sentence. If it carries the negative word in the sentence, then it is being called as negative imperative sentence.
Imperative sentences can be used to offer suggestions or give warnings too. For example, let's have dinner together. Watch out for the tigers at this time of the day. Here are some more examples. Let's cut the cake now. Don't be late for the meeting the next time.
Okay. In this sentence, what is being expected to do? What is being expected to do? To cut the cake. So you need to follow something. Okay.
Notice that imperative sentences begin with a verb followed by the rest of the predicate. The subject you is implied. It is not written or spoken. Notice that imperative sentences can end with an exclamation mark or a full stop. Also, imperative sentences can be affirmative or negative. Here are some more examples. Let's go for a run early morning tomorrow. Don't use my laptop to play games. To recap, imperative sentences are suggestions and making requests. Imperative sentences start with a verb followed by the rest of the predicate. The subject is implied. It is not written or spoken. They can end with a full stop or an exclamation mark. An imperative sentence can be negative or affirmative.
So now the last type, right? Exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence, it shows strong expressions. Just write, put hyphen exclamatory. Sentences shows the strong emotions or expressions. Anything you say when you are too much happy. Wow, I won the first prize. So you are too happy. So when you express certain things, you use certain words. Wow, and then exclamatory mark. I won the first prize in the elocution competition. Or sometimes you are hurt. It's too painful. Ouch, it's paining. So you are showing a strong emotion of pain. Such sentences will always carry exclamatory mark. So which punctuation mark is used for exclamatory sentence? Exclamation mark. And all the sentences will be having strong emotion. Either you are very happy, you are too excited, or you're too sad, or you're too painful. So anything which you feel too much, it will be considered as a strong emotions or strong feeling. Let's look into the video.
What are exclamatory sentences? Let's read. What a colorful plumage these tiny birds have. How unfortunate that Rashid couldn't clear this interview. Both sentences express strong emotions, don't they? The first sentence expresses
So both are expressing strong emotion at the same time. Both got exclamation mark also. This is your good hint to find out whether the sentence is exclamatory or not. If you get an exclamation mark, most probably it will be your exclamatory sentence, but you need to check whether it's expressing any strong emotion and feeling.
wonder, while the second sentence expresses despair. These are exclamatory sentences as they express strong feelings or emotions. We notice that such sentences end with the exclamation mark. More examples. How lucky you are to buy this house. What a disastrous performance. The first sentence expresses joy while the second hints at disappointment. We notice that what and how are followed by an adjective or an article and adjective. Now read these. Hurrah! We won the quiz. Yay!
Which of the following is an affirmative imperative sentence? A. Do you believe in keeping pets? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. Don't touch the electric switch with red hands? No. Keep the parcel in the locker? Yes. This option is correct. And we got the correct answer. Which of these is a declarative sentence? Will you come with me to the market? No. Jennifer hates traveling frequently? Yes. Isn't Dilip interested in collecting different kinds of cameras? No, it's not. So I'll submit the answer. Yes. Which of the following is an affirmative declarative sentence? First one, the guard outside the Whistling Bird Society is vigilant, isn't he? No. The guard outside the Whistling Bird Society is not vigilant nowadays? No. The guard outside the Whistling Bird Society is vigilant? Yes. This is the correct answer. Submit and we got the correct answer. Okay, which of these are yes or no question? Was this monument built by the Mughals? Yes. Why should I forgive Rajat for his misbehavior? Yes or no? No. Can you lend me some money? Yes. Where did Karthik lose his wallet? No. So you are asking me these two. Just go through again. Was this monument built by the Mughals? Can you lend me some money? Which one should I take? A or C? Raise your hand. Those who are saying A. And those who are saying C. Okay, let me submit the answer. Both are correct answer because both are demanding us to give yes or no option. Fine. But it's not accepting some error is there combination. Next question. Okay, which of these is not an imperative sentence? Again, listen the question. Which of these is not an imperative sentence? Please pass me the salt and pepper. No. Be careful about those who say how beautiful So this is not imperative sentence. Which sentence this is then? Exclamatory. It's exclamatory sentence. Okay, identify the affirmative interrogative sentence. Affirmative interrogative sentence. Why did Abhay mislead the police? Why did Abhay mislead the police? Is it affirmative interrogative? Yes or no? Why did Abhay mislead the police? Affirmative means no negative word is used. So is it affirmative interrogative? You won't be able to repay all your debt.
No.
Won't the farmer repay their debt? What is the negative word? Won't. Do you wish
Yes.
to repay the debt? Do we have any negative word? Is it interrogative sentence?
Yes.
So, Samit, we have two affirmative interrogative sentences. So, recap for today. First is declarative sentence. It always tells us something. It tells us something. Which punctuation mark it use? Second, okay, interrogative. It always asks us something. It asks us something. Which punctuation mark is carried? Question mark. Okay. Third one is imperative. It asks us to do something. Which punctuation mark? Exclamatory mark. And fourth last one is exclamatory. It shows strong feeling or emotion.